so interested in how you went through uni while also raising your children.
Yes. Throughout the 4 years of being a student mom, it was definitely a challenge lah. During my first daughter, I actually gave birth in the morning, and it was during my final exam. And literally, I had an exam that night.
You grew up with divorced parents, a single mom. What was that experience like for you? Did that divorce affect your view of marriage?
So I grew up with a single mother. My dad was not really present when I was younger, but he's now in my life. Fatherless figure, it made me dependent on very abusive relationship. I had abusive partners, whether it's physically or mentally, before meeting my husband. I think I'm actually happy my parents got divorced, because I would rather have, separate parents that are able to be the best versions of themselves than being strained in a household where they're constantly fighting, arguing, and that's bad for kids.
Hello, welcome back to the For the Wanita podcast. I am your host, Zai.
And I am your other host, Akila.
Not Zai, not Akila. Okay,
my gosh.
Guys, so we've got another special day in the studio because we've got a special guest joining us today. Please give a warm welcome to Qaisaraa.
Hi everyone.
Okay, Qaisaraa, would you like to introduce yourself to our audience and tell us all the amazing things about who you are? Okay, that's too much pressure. Just please introduce yourself to the audience.
In 3 sentences.
In 3 sentences.
You don't have to.
I can do it. I take up the challenge.
You don't have to. Great start.
Okay, so hi everyone. My name is Qaisaraa. I recently graduated from a local university here in Brunei just last August. I'm also very active in the youth volunteering community. And my final third sentence to talk about me.
Weesh.
My favorite, I'm a mother of 2 beautiful daughters, girls.
Oh, studio is clapping. It's so cute. They're so cute. Well, one of the reasons we wanted to have Qaisaraa on, because of that extensive list of amazing things, but one of the big reasons was we were such in awe when we found out that Qaisaraa was raising her children while she was still in university.
Yes, definitely. But of course, it's not a one-person job. Having them, having kids while being a student as well, it's definitely, have you heard of the phrase like, it takes a village to raise a child?
Yes.
There was definitely
Completely
a village needed to both make sure that my girls were in a safe and healthy environment, while I was also able to pursue my dreams, completing my degree.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so if we have like a map, this is Qaisaraa, and then these are the 2 kids. Obviously, Qaisara's husband. Siapa saja in that map?
Oh, the village.
Yes,
Yeah,
the
who
village.
is this?
We're in the village.
We're in the yeah.
Oh, we do have a map. Dude, I'm so slow.
Catch up, Zai. We just started.
Recap in a minute.
This is gonna continue, isn't it?
So the people that I really are in depth to laha for my for the success is definitely my husband, my family, my parents, my siblings, my aunts, and my grandparents as well.
Wow.
And also
she has a whole village. That's
and
amazing.
my husband's family mirrors that as well. So his siblings, his parents, his grandmother, yeah. So all of us, we were a part of the girl's life, and I believe that's very important as well to have present figures in your life. Yes.
Okay. I want to take a little step back because that's really. We're gonna dive more into that.
Yeah,
We started real strong.
I don't think
strong.
it's talked enough too, so I do want to go back to that.
Yeah, we will get back into that. But Keely was mentioning earlier that
I was?
Yes, you were on camera. She was.
I was.
She got receipts.
She does not
What
know
did
what
I
I'm gonna
say?
What you and Qaisaraa have in common is that you
Oh,
guys are both
yes.
married. So for the first time, we have a guest that is also married.
Yes.
So Keely can share.
So I can share more of my
It's like
experiences.
finally someone who relates to me.
Yeah.
and what me and Qaisaraa have in common is that we are both from Tutong.
Yeah, Tutong girls.
Tutong represent.
So we can shine light on Tutong life too.
So very diverse casting today.
Also, wait, I wanted to add to like more similarities just because I want to one up you. Nadawa. Is
Okay,
because
try. I love competition. Sorry.
Apa?
Is
Are you on a team?
I didn't mention.
let me talk my point by
Yes, sorry. Yes. Go ahead, Maya.
is that both of us are in like advocacy. We have our own advocacy groups. Yes.
So Kila is in her Kitani creative things, and I'm part of ASEAN Youth Advocates Network. Please follow us on Instagram. It's at Ayan Brunei. You can catch us.
AYAN Brunei.
Yes. So we always do like advocacy things where our teams are very well versed in their own topics, and we give them the platform. If you want to do this, we'll help you push it. So yeah, that's what we do.
Gosh.
Fight in what you believe in.
They're great to collaborate with. Just putting it out there. Yep.
Thank you. And we hope to collaborate with Kitani Creative too.
Wee! Actually, Kitani Creative just
last
did their
Saturday.
very
Oh my God, guys,
official
stop.
launching very very recently, and Kila had a sharing session.
Okay. Anyways, moving the
You
spotlight
wanted
away
to
from
talk
me.
about advocacy.
Okay, but I didn't expect the spotlight on me.
Basta ka jab, let me think about what I have in common with Qaisaraa.
Bah, let's go. Let's do it.
We went to an all-girls school.
We went to an all-girls school, but we both went to an all-girls school,
did.
and we actually talked briefly about this. We were talking about how we felt like going to an all-girls school made us more confident, right?
Definitely.
And you said you felt that you shared the same sentiment.
Yes, like I think it's because I no longer feel pressured. Like I was very active in sports. You know how people think like sports is a very manly, masculine kind of sports. But like in our school, like we joined not only netball, we played like futsal, we played hockey, like you name it, we did it.
We did. The thing is, though, I was on the other side of the school.
Belajar saja.
Compared to Qaisaraa, because we did do all of that in PE. We did learn it. I was
You had futsal?
I was always scared whenever we would play like netball. We played what was that thing where there's a net? Volleyball.
Volleyball, badminton, volleyball.
But volleyball with a ball, with a big ball. Yeah, I was always scared of that hitting me in the face. I had an irrational fear of doing that. So I was always just sitting things out. I tried it and I'll be like, this is not for me. So she was very involved in the sports. I think I did badminton, so that was something.
There's something.
Yeah. Yeah, I felt like with being in an all-girls school, there was much, I didn't feel maybe a pressure to perform maybe that there would have
I
been
get it.
if I was in a co-ed school. Do you feel the same way?
Yeah, I mean definitely because I transitioned from co-ed to all girls. So my first 2 years I was in a
You
co-ed
did mention
school,
this, yeah.
and then like in
my
my
sister.
yeah. So then after that, like in my third year of sekolah menengah, I moved to an all-girls school, and I definitely felt the transition. Like how much confident I felt and how much outspoken I am. But definitely co-ed gave me a more what do you call that? I want
You
to say
felt freer?
yeah.
Would you say?
I did say some fear lah, like
In co-ed or all girls?
both, because
Okay.
coming from a co-ed school going to an all-girls school, I knew some guys, and some maybe that how some people perceive me, like why is she so close with guys, how is she so comfortable with them. So it's because my transition from co-ed to an all-girls school, it was definitely something.
interesting.
So you felt like you could break free of those sort of comments by going to an all-girls school. Then that was like one less concern for you to worry about. One less thing for people to
Yeah,
talk about, I
definitely.
guess.
And
Damn. You had it rough. This is our first time officially our second time really. Our second time conversing with Qaisaraa. The first time was just in preparation for this podcast. We've only known Qaisaraa online. What a
I knew Qaisaraa because you're orang tutong, very small community.
but we thought it'd be really interesting to have someone like her on board to talk about, marriage. Well, that's what I want to talk about. Having kids, but also doing so many other things like school
Yes.
and volunteering.
And this is also while still being quite young, right?
Yes.
Would you mind
Are
sharing
you
how old
comfortable
you are?
sharing?
I am 18. I'm joking. I'm 23. I'm 23.
Okay. Sorry.
Yes, but I honestly, because you do so many things, I don't know where to start.
Yes, but I'm most interested in
let's go with
how
that.
she managed. Boleh ka, boleh?
Yeah, boleh.
Okay.
Thank you for taking the wheel.
I was like, no, let's talk about it. I'm so interested in how you went through uni while also raising your children.
Yes, that's a great place to start.
Was that on your final year, did you say?
I got married in my first year. first year of being a student. So for me, throughout the 4 years of being a student mom, it was definitely a challenge lah. Making sure that everything was going well. I mean, making sure that my kids were attended to, but also my studies were not left behind. And another aspect is also keeping the relationship between me and my husband alive, because that's also very important. After kids is a whole different relationship,
Noted.
No.
Let me get the people.
Aku baru juga, Kila baru told me after marriage is different. Now you tell me after kids is different. Ayoyoy.
Ayoyoy. Okay.
Next step.
Damn.
Yeah,
Uy,
so a bit story of my pregnancy journey. Like just for the first one kira ka na. During my first daughter, I actually gave birth in the morning. And it was during my final exam of my second year. And literally I had an exam that night. So I gave birth. I sat for my exam online, and I still managed to make a TikTok about it.
Do talk about time management.
I was like, wait, before I finish my exam.
This is content.
Literally like 8 to 12 give birth. 12 to 1
study.
lunch.
Sorry, lunch. Yeah, lunch. Then continue 1 to 5 I study. Then 5 p.m. okay, do my work. Do my exam. Okay, pass. Time to sleep. Wait, no, I have to get baby.
7 to 8 TikTok.
Must be a TikTok shot, yeah.
Oh my god, that is...
Yeah, and that was
That's
actually
crazy.
during
That's a
COVID.
wild day. That's like a wild itinerary of a day, Qaisaraa.
Yeah, I gave birth at like 4 a.m. in the morning. And then,
Oh,
it
that
was during,
early.
yeah.
Okay.
And then like during that time, during my first daughter, it was when there was no visitors allowed. So I was with her for like a week alone.
Oh
So
my
actually,
gosh.
to be honest, I broke down.
Langsung na dyan orang come
Like,
and...
cannot.
Cannot?
Cannot.
At all?
At all. It was
Oh
the
my
hospital
God.
policy.
This must be like when it was like
Yes,
COVID
it was, I think,
like,
the third wave.
Wait, so you had to take your exam in the hospital with
Ada
your
wifi
newborn
kan?
baby?
Yeah.
Jatuh ka?
I had to use my hotspot.
aduh.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So like I managed to go through it. Like I FaceTime my husband, I FaceTime my mom. Like they made sure like I had enough food, I was eating well, because actually when you after give birth you actually lose appetite. You really don't want to eat anything and you get tired of everything. Not for Kila. Yeah, but like it was a whole week of staying in the hospital,
My
like
goodness.
taking care of a newborn baby, like
And yourself.
and myself. Yeah, I think
During
that's
a
the
very
part.
difficult time.
I think the
And
part
your degree?
during my degree, and that was
You're
just
right.
part 1. I had a part 2.
Apa ni part
I'm
tu?
so
Part 2 was
I'm
my
so
second daughter.
let me get comfortable. Oh my god. Okay. I'm ready.
Yeah. So like growing up, since my kids are also not that far apart, they're just a year and few months apart. Yeah. So doing my degree with a newborn, with a 1-year-old, last time I told her, we don't, and my husband was still a student as well, because I was in my first year, my husband was in his third year. So when he had our daughter, I was in my second year, he was in his final year. Yeah. So when we had to take turns studying. When we had presentations, we had to take turn. I think there was one presentation where it was both me and my husband, because we took the same modules together.
Aduh.
So my daughter was like crawling, and we had to turn off. Okay, and when it's his turn to present. Okay, I turn off my camera. I pick up my daughter, and then like, okay, get her away from my husband while he's presenting. Then
So you guys had 2 different laptops
Yeah, two
still
different
lah.
laptops.
Kamu dia boleh sama-sama kan?
Wow.
our doctor didn't know we were married.
Sorry, can I just like say I think COVID like needs to give you and your husband like logistic expert certification or something like that. Because
COVID?
that's-
The virus?
yeah, the virus. Or rather, you deserve like that certification because
Maybe
that's
Sure,
insane.
that is...
You should make it yourself.
Yeah,
Do you want me to make it for you?
That is a
If other
story.
people can make their own modules, and why can't I make myself?
A certificate.
Yeah.
Dang.
Self-certified.
Self-certified
Bawahnya New Wave
babysitter.
Films.
Thank you, guys. But yeah, I think that during the COVID part, I do payah sikit because I don't have a lot of family members to help me out comparing to now lah, huh?
Oh yeah.
But I did have my grandmother and my aunt still in the house with us. We were living in the same roof, so it was easier for them. But that was throughout my fourth year was a bit better during my final year. We were now.
Sorry, I want to stay in the COVID. I was
still there.
thinking macam before we move on to sorry to interrupt you, but
It's
we
okay.
move on to like second, third year. This is your first year we're talking about when COVID was like at the height, kan? So do you think that because it was COVID, it was sort of like you had the opportunity to at least stay home with your kid at the
definitely.
time, and then you had the option to do online classes.
Yes.
Whereas if it was normal times, you would have had to physically go there, and then when you and your husband same classes also, that would have been
Yes.
difficult logistically also,
Definitely.
kan?
Especially during my first and second year, I took like 6 modules.
Dude, I know I barely managed to did that. You did that
I
as
took
well.
6 modules,
took-
but I didn't have a kid.
Yeah, I was gonna say I barely could do that with like kidless. I was the kid.
My first, second year, 6 modules. My fourth year, first sem, 6 modules. It was only during my final year.
That you got. I did the same thing.
Okay,
I did the
if
same
if any like UBD students, actually I'm gonna say university. If any university student is listening to this, take your 6 modules early.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't leave it to your final
Do
year.
not wait for your final year. I had to do it as well in my final year. Without a kid.
Without a kid.
Without-
This is well, I'm on this side of the table. and then
And then
And then you said
COVID masih, COVID masih.
better.
yeah, because of doing it online, and then the leniency of, just turning on the laptop, the flexibility of turning on the laptop, and then apa tu, just staying with my daughter. I think it definitely helped in me being a parent. I can be more present with her.
Yeah.
I can tend to her
Physically,
needs. Yes,
physically at
yeah.
least, kan?
Physically.
I have a question. So have you guys heard of the term like COVID baby?
Yeah, my daughter.
Yes.
my daughter
Yeah,
is
so
a
technically
baby.
your daughter is a COVID baby, but does she exhibit COVID baby traits?
Okay,
Like,
for our
they're-
audience who hasn't seen, who doesn't know.
So basically, these are babies that were born during COVID or so during the lockdown periods, and they tend to just keep to their families, keep to themselves. They don't want to interact with like other kids.
My daughter is the complete opposite, guys. She will come up to you and say, "Hi,
Oh my
my name is
Good.
E." Yeah, my name is E. So she will like say that, and then like she would say, "Mommy, can we go there? Can we go here? Can we go there?"
That's good. That's
So it's this morning she woke up to me. She woke up, right? Brought her down. "Mommy, when are we going to the playground? You said to
My
me, right?"
gosh.
How old is she? She's so sassy already.
Yeah.
And then
I mean, I love it, to be honest. I love girls.
Fantastic.
Girls were
yeah, and then if you
sassy.
say no to her, but why? But why? But like when she says that, right? My husband, 2 days ago, because he was trying to, I was trying to buy something, and then he was like saying no or something lah, huh? And then he said, "You sound like your daughter." But why?
Wait.
So apparently she got that
to
trait.
you.
So apparently we all know where she got that trait from.
So you were like, dari mana kan niya dapat ni? Then your husband was like,
Here's a mirror.
I mean, if it's not me, it's gotta be you. That kind of thing.
Yeah, she's definitely an E.
that's so
Yeah.
funny.
You mean like
Extrovert.
extroverted?
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
that's what that meant.
Yeah,
She's an E. Oh.
Yes.
What are you?
What am you?
I'm an E.
too.
I am ENFP.
There's a lot of ENFPs in the creative industry, I've noticed.
she's not
I'm not
creative
creative
She's
industry though.
not. But she's here.
You want to be?
I can help.
You're right. But I have met a lot of ENFPs. Have you?
Are you?
I'm INFJ.
I'm ESFP, so we're like one of.
SFP. Okay, one letter.
I'm
yeah, yeah.
entertainer.
I'm diplomatic.
Wow. One letter can make a difference. Wow.
I'm
That
an
sounds very
advocate.
cool. Ah, okay.
Yes.
That fits you very well.
Thank you.
Eh, no, sorry, I'm not diplomatic. I'm campaigner.
Okay, that makes me feel better.
Sorry, where did I get diplomatic from?
Because I'm like, diplomatic, cool jo.
Oh, wait, no, that's my husband. My husband is a diplomatic.
Okay. When you say campaigner,
Ah.
ako macam, okay,
Yeah,
that
but
sounds
what
like hard work.
What is the
I
letter?
forgot. I just remember that he is a
The
campaigner.
diplomat.
Okay.
Yeah, he's
The
a diplomatic.
diplomat.
Okay.
Damn, cool job. Wait, what are we talking about?
COVID baby.
COVID babies. Yes, but your daughter does not exhibit
She's
those
not a
traits.
COVID baby. She's the most extroverted baby I've known.
Do you know a lot of babies?
Yes, I know that.
Okay, just making sure.
Your village.
Just
She has a village.
contextualizing. Just contextualizing it
I
for
have
us.
like lots of cousins as well. Younger cousins. Like I'm the eldest out of like my mom's side. I'm the eldest out of like 20 plus.
Were you
Oh, wait.
you're not the first in your family to get married, are you?
I'm the first.
Oh!
In my cousins, like my first cousins, I'm the first one to get married.
And you're the eldest out of like the
Cousins. I'm the
Oh my gosh.
kaka of.
and you're also
The
the eldest
kaka.
sibling.
I'm also the eldest sibling.
Oh my god! So we were talking about this.
All right.
It's
Now I'm on this
whack.
side of the table.
It's whack how this mirrors. What?
She's
Why
like,
are you there?
Because we're married, first daughter
first
to
one
get married,
Okay,
all the eldest
My
daughters.
But it's so crazy that all the parallels, because we had an episode where it was like eldest daughter, and then you said you were the eldest of all your cousins.
I was one of the oldest. I was
Oh,
the
you were
third
one of the
oldest.
eldest. Okay. And then you're now an eldest daughter, and then you've got 2 daughters. Gosh,
Oh, what? What's that like? Being the oldest? Just like,
pick a side.
okay.
Another one.
Anyways. No, I forgot my question.
What's
What's
that
that
like?
Being the eldest.
Yes. So being the oldest daughter, but now being the mother of 2 daughters.
Let me put it, and I'll put one extra one in there.
Okay.
I'm also the eldest daughter of divorced parents.
Damn. All right. Okay, hold on.
All right. That's our big information.
I'll go on this side.
Yeah, so being the eldest daughter, thankfully, like, I didn't really have a lot of big daughter responsibilities where I was pressured, like, okay, you have to take care of siblings, you have to, like, I don't know, maybe just a role model part lah, like, you are a role model to your siblings, to your cousins, like, you should be good. Alhamdulillah, I think I'm being a good role model. I like to see that myself, because if I point negatively to myself, it's just going to bring my self-esteem down. Yeah, so but being the eldest daughter of divorced parents with 2 daughters, it definitely changed my perspective of parenting. So how my parents raised me, it's something that I would want to try to avoid with my with my daughters. Like, I don't take it as a negative side, I take it as a teaching. So I grew up with a single mother. Yeah. My dad was not really present when I was younger, but he's now in my life. Alhamdulillah. And when I was like 12, my mom remarried, so I had a stepdad, and he became a huge part in my life. So I think how it was at first, it took me a while to adjust how I grew up fatherless, but my siblings have a father figure in my life. Yeah. And like, I make sure that my husband is definitely present, like, in my daughter's life, whether it's just like making sure he's eating with them breakfast, or like he's helping them, he's playing toys with them, or but when it comes to being a mother, like, I saw how much my mom struggled. Well, I didn't notice it dulu. Like, for me, it was just, oh, my mom's like, mothering.
Mothering.
My mom was mothering. But when I'm older, I realized, like, there are behind the scenes to all of this. Like, in front of us, she was definitely a strong woman. Like, she was and she's a career woman as well. So she didn't let like being a single mother hindered her from developing herself and growing herself as a person. So I made sure that despite whatever circumstances I am in as a mother, I cannot be too independent of someone else. And I made sure that my husband understands that, the clear boundary within, like, what I can do for myself, and making sure that both of us have a role in our daughter's life lah. Yeah. So whether it's
We're getting claps.
yeah, of course, with my husband, the manja-manja lah.
Yes,
Like, you know,
of course. That's part of the
like, when he's
romance.
not, if he's not around me, of course I can, like, lift stuff, I can do this, I can talk. But when he's there, can you order for me? Can you?
We were just talking about, like, tadi, how sometimes you don't even have to say anything, you just give.
Yeah. So when I'm in bed,
And they're like, okay.
low bed.
Oh my gosh, I'm.
He
gets
is
worse,
one of
Safi.
my elite employees. Yeah, but like,
You're the CEO, ah.
But yeah, I mean, I think circling back to how it affects my parenting style, it's making sure that my daughters understand that they have someone to look up to.
Yeah.
Like, they might be young.
They have two people to look
Yeah,
up to.
like despite, even though they're young, they might not understand what's happening in the world. But I think that feeling of knowing that you can go to somewhere, you can or you can just talk to someone, it's okay. Because, like, when I get upset or anything, and I don't feel like talking to my husband, I trauma to my daughter.
Wait, what?
Wait.
Like, she doesn't understand, but she listens to me. Like, when I said, like, today's a tough day, like, I can't handle this, and then I talk to her.
Okay, bukan trauma dump.
Yeah,
No,
you
no,
trauma
no, no,
dumping.
Not trauma dump, sorry. Wrong.
You
Yes.
ato
I curhat.
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 Oh my God.
I think wouldn't that teach your kids that like, oh, okay, it's not supposed to be like only ups. There can be downs.
Yes, she might be very young right now. I think when this episode comes up, she'll have a birthday.
Oh.
Happy birthday, Lai!
Happy birthday.
Yeah,
Oh my
so-
gosh, Lai. We're at the age we call kids Lai.
I've got little
Wait,
cousins. And I've got
wait.
little nephews and nieces from my cousin's side. So
Happy birthday.
E, we can call her E.
okay.
Happy birthday, E.
Happy birthday.
Birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to E. Happy birthday to you. Yay!
Yeah, but I think it's very important lah to teach them that katarusan.
Wow.
Usually, you get into character.
Yeah.
That's a skill. That's a skill.
You know, but sometimes you gotta be like all playing with your kid, and then suddenly they do something like, to be that.
Ada practice.
Practice. But yeah, like teaching them that they don't understand it, but you know, it's a gradual thing that you make into their life lah. Like as they get older, they will because you don't know when they will be emotionally emotionally available intelligent and all that. So it's okay to start at a young age.
Yeah.
And just telling them, okay, this is happening. It's okay to talk about the sad things in your life, and if you're feeling overwhelmed, like, you know, you can talk. My daughter is really, really vocal. If she's sad, she will tell us.
That's amazing.
She will tell like, Mommy, but I don't want to.
Oh,
like
because
she
she's
will-
learned that
'cause
behavior.
She knows like when if it's not comfortable for her, then she won't do it.
She's comfortable to express that to you lah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you've provided a safe space for
I
that.
think it's very important to provide a safe space, like no matter where you go, actually. And I try to carry that out whenever I converse with people as well. Like when you're talking to me, it's okay to talk. If you don't feel comfortable talking about it, then it's okay not to talk about it. But if you are and you have things to talk about, then I'm all ears. Whether you want me to listen or you want me to give advice, that's up to you lah.
I think we do a good job of like, hi, I just want to. You don't have to reply.
Oh,
We do that in our
yeah.
friend group. So we would just like talk about like how bad our day went. You don't need to give advice. I just want to let it out, and that's
Yeah.
we do that for each other. lah.
Yeah, we're also like
Do you want advice or do you just want?
Yeah.
You want
You
us
want-
to listen.
you want me to be mad for you, or you want me to problem solve for you? Something like that.
Yeah.
Hey, are you interested in acting? New of Actors Community is a platform that showcases local actors' portfolio and can help you get discovered. So, if you're looking for actors, whether you're a film company or a film student, you can find your actors here. For more information, visit our page on Instagram where you can register for free just by clicking the link in our bio. Fill in the form and prepare the photos needed. Hope to see you on the big screen.
Okay, so you were mentioning that your eldest daughter is an extrovert. Is your second daughter the same? And bonus question.
Wow.
Okay, you know what? I'll let you answer the first question first, and I'll ask you the bonus
Okay.
question.
Bookmark.
Bookmark.
Let's hope you remember it.
This is what it's for. Do you want me to ask it?
Yes, please.
Okay. So nobody forgets. Okay, so I see on TikTok, Majal.
It's TikTok again.
I see on TikTok, parents are like, oh, when you get your first child, and he's like, they're such
Easy
an
baby.
angel, and such an easy baby, so neat, and then you get your second child, and just comes out like, yeah. I want to say like, they use words like, I wouldn't say that, but like they use words like, devil incarnate. I wouldn't say that about anybody's children.
My goodness.
But like they're a bit, maybe we'll say
Dramatized letter.
they're a bit more like naughty and maybe cheekier, because I see that with me and my sister.
Can you contextualize it a bit better in your situation?
um
You are the devil's incarnate.
Nada, my sister is not the devil's incarnate.
You don't have to contextualize. I just wanted to say it.
She just wanted to throw shade. Recast.
Season 2, different nationals.
Qaisaraa, are you free?
Fine. I'll sit on this side.
Okay, Okay, sorry. So you don't actually want me to contextualize. Okay,
No, you can,
but I
you
do
can,
want to
please.
give an example. My mom always tells me when I was younger, I very quiet. Whenever I play with my toys, I put it back. I very like in the
Wow.
lari-lari, very quiet, nice little baby.
Angel
And then
lah,
my sister
angel.
comes, and then she would chubit me. She would gigit me. She would like mess everywhere. Such lah, something like
No,
that.
it's so funny because she's so quiet now.
Now to balik. Okay. So I see similarities now with me and your extrovert
Daughter.
eldest daughter.
Yeah, so my second daughter, she is definitely an introvert. So she would not like when we go out, she does not want people touching her. If it's not anyone that she knows, she will run away. Or if she's scared, she does this thing where she covers her face. And if she doesn't want people to
Yeah.
yeah.
I've seen
But
a
at
few
home-
babies. Oh.
Oh, lain ceritanya.
But at home,
Gigit?
she'll run around finding her victim and do gigit. Her sister takana. And she will go on the table and be like
Oh my
jumping,
goodness.
jumping. And then like my daughter likes being Tarzan.
Tarzan.
She hates using clothes. My eldest.
Kalau Ria cakap Tarzan,
I was like, because dia jump around
aku
kali.
pikir dia macam hanging from a rope. Rupanya dia suka pakai baju.
Yeah, so my eldest, lambat sikit lah, knowing how to buka her clothes lah, faham? My first daughter, she's laju tangkap like how to open her clothes apa. And yang dia kusut kalau dia buka. My eldest daughter kusut lagi tu macam, mommy help. Daddy help. My youngest daughter, one look away from her and suddenly all her clothes are open. All her clothes are open. I was like,
You blink once?
how did you take off your clothes that fast? But yeah, she does.
Wait, so is your firstborn more calm?
Yeah, she's definitely what people say termed as an easy baby lah. It was easier for
Macam
her.
aku. Jangan jatuh. Jangan jali.
So, my eldest, sanang sikit, she sanang faham, and like if we tell her no, that she will say no. She understands
merati,
no.
okay.
Yeah, merati lah sikit. There are times, of course, when she does bully her younger sister lah. Tapi her younger sister pandai balas balik lah.
Okay lah.
If the younger sister attack first daughter, then the first daughter will not attack back. First daughter attack second daughter will attack back.
Wah.
That's them.
That's all about being
Interesting.
eldest daughter for you.
That's in front of us lah. I don't know if like
Oh, wow.
my in-law will jaga macam mana lah.
Mana tu the firstborn tu di belakang scheming.
Benar.
Benar tu ah.
But they're both, I would say they're both easy babies lah.
Okay.
They're senang
Alhamdulillah.
But they're unique in their own terms. And like my husband always tagur lah me like jangan compare bae. Like cause sometimes like no, she does not know how to spell ABC yet. Like but then like my husband does tagur me like jangan catu like she must be like I said just now. My younger daughter, ia laju tangkap buka baju apa. And she
Different strength lah.
Yeah, different strengths.
And yeah, I think that's one thing that even I myself try to improve in my skill in terms of my parenting, like not judging
Not to
them
compare.
and not to compare. They're babies. You shouldn't even compare.
Because
Kejap, let me just.
I'm sure when dari awal dorang like younger already, that may affect their self-esteem juga kan. Just as like I've learned that with love languages, it comes from when you were very young already, when you don't have the awareness yet, but it's already like embedded in you lah, something like that. That's what I heard. I don't know, not from TikTok.
Disclaimer.
No, I think I read it on a website lah.
It's embedded in your brain already.
I don't know if it's in your brain. Huh?
Yeah, but
In your conscious.
Toh.
I mean, I think growing up as well, it did affect how I see it lah. Because even with me and my sister, my parents never compared us. Like we had different streams. Like I was in the science stream, my sister was in the art stream. Even then, they didn't compare us.
Oh benar je. Tapi kan, that's what I always think that with me and my sister, I'd never think macam pernah pun dorang compare. Tapi you don't know if they compare them to you.
Wait, what
Without
do you mean?
us.
Oh, you mean like the younger
yes,
sisters
behind
compare?
Oh, without
yeah.
like maybe to them they compared us. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get it.
Maybe not to us, tapi maybe to the other siblings.
For me, that's okay as long as I don't know about it. No,
Ignorance is bliss.
True.
Discipline. ignorance of the situation lah.
I didn't affect our self-esteem lah, cuma tu.
Yeah, because that definitely like. But what my mom does like tell us like make sure that whatever you think that I haven't taught you, let me know. As in like people skills apa. Like you can be book smart, but if you're not street smart or book smart, if you're not street smart or people
Socially,
smart,
yeah.
or you're not gonna survive in this world.
Benar.
That's what my mom told us.
Yeah, I think social skills is a lot more important than being book smart. Because with
Than the
social,
grades.
yeah, like everyone's heard of the term personality hires, right?
Yeah.
If you're just
Okay, I get it.
That's
right,
what
like if you're just
Damn, you catch on really fast.
TikTok.
Hi, this is your third host.
Wait, we've been bullying Zara. I'm sorry.
Mayamal na to. Ida, tapi banar. There's
Personality
this,
hires.
yeah. With, I think you can get far just from smiling a lot and having people like you.
Charisma.
Even if you're incompetent, you like charisma or like social skills will get you further than I think just pure intelligence will get you lah.
And I think that that's also a big part how I'm able to, I don't know if this will cancel me, but how I am able to, get a job quickly because understandably in the current situation here is that it's hard to secure a job like right
100%.
after, but I managed to get a job barely a month after graduation. And when I asked my interviewer when I got the job already, kan, why did you hire me? I just straight up asked her.
Valid question.
I was like, why did you hire me? Because we had a one-to-one get to know you session, and then she was asking like, then I was really curious because I'm very I self-criticize myself. I think before when I talked to you guys that during my internship I gave my colleagues a form.
Yeah.
Like, judge me.
Feedback form. She gave her colleagues a feedback form
Yeah.
when she left the
Yeah,
internship.
So context, before I started my job, I did a 3 months internship somewhere and it was
Mandatory?
not mandatory. It's a non-mandatory lah. It's my sukati lah. Like I just applied like I just wanna fill in my
For
time.
fun?
Yeah, for fun.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Survey?
Yeah, no, the
No,
internship.
the internship.
Oh, the internship. Okay, sorry,
Yeah,
we're talking
so
about
the
different
internship
things.
was like I just wanted to do it just for the sake of it.
For the
And-
experience.
Yeah, for the experience, yeah.
Ah.
And then like I made them do survey to I made them a survey even though it's not so going back into my interviewer too, like I asked why did you choose me? It's because I saw how confident you are and how you are able to talk comfortably even without even like few minutes of talk meeting each other. You're comfortable, you can adjust yourself to the situation, and it's definitely not something you learn in school.
Yeah.
I think I give full credit to that with my volunteering work, with my activities outside of school. So people skills are definitely up there in terms of soft skills that you really want to polish up.
Might even be number one, to be honest. Like
I think now.
you can't get anywhere. You can only get so far.
Yeah.
I want to say without people skills, right? I think you shared the same experience. You also got a job like what? You said you wanted to take like 2 months break, and then
break.
2 weeks later she was like, "Oh guys, I'm
got a
starting
job."
my
Oh
job."
my god, that was exactly me.
Yeah.
Kalian magkila,
No, but my situation is different because I took a creative industries course which ends with an exhibition, and at the exhibition sometimes companies would come and visit and they would like seek out talent already, and then there was I had a few and I chose from that pool lah. Yeah.
So you choose your company.
Yeah, I got to choose my company, but at the same time there were people in that company that knew me already, and they were like, "Oh, she's graduating soon. Oh, go
take her."
kira macam poaching lah.
Kinda-
Go poach her.
Is that headhunt?
Is it hunting, poaching?
Poaching, I think, is from
Poaching is stealing from someone.
Yeah, so
Okay,
you
stealing a
kinda
higher.
headhunt.
Okay, kind of
headhunt.
headhunt.
But yeah, you definitely couldn't have gotten that if you weren't able to present
For sure,
yourself.
yeah.
And I
Yeah.
think that's very important. And yeah, going back like people skills.
You mentioned tadi that your mom played a big role in like you developing your people skills, correct? And she emphasized it greatly. Has it always been a thing like when you were growing up? How did you get these people skills apart from like, or is it just volunteering work?
For myself, it's definitely I think something I was born with lah.
Oh, really?
Because again, I think when we were talking, I'm very an extroverted person.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was
yeah,
always
ENFP.
out there.
Right,
Yeah. So
right.
I was out there. I was like making friends. I think in my year 7, year 8, I was like
Awal
saying
sudah
hi.
lah.
I was saying hi to every single person that I meet. Wait, now that I think of it, maybe that's
I'm the
how
oldest daughter.
Watch out, my eldest. Oops. But yeah, so for me, it was something I had, but just being extroverted itself it's not enough because you need to be consciously aware of your situation and understanding the do's and don'ts of talking to people.
Social cues.
Social cues, yes, definitely. And that is what I polished up during my volunteering work, understanding the situation and being more knowing what to censor and what not to
Yes,
censor lah.
yes.
So people skills are great. It's being extroverted helps.
Yeah, it helps
But-
you get a head start. I
Yeah,
feel.
head start. But it's definitely people skills are definitely something that you need to polish up. It's something that you really need to learn. It's not just there because I do I've gotten in trouble by saying the wrong things to the wrong
Yeah.
people. But it's okay. It's learning. It's part of your growth.
Yeah.
Making
Yeah.
that learner's growth, the learner's mindset.
Yeah,
that you
like
need
growth
to-
mindset
yeah.
also.
Were
And
you,
also,
oh sorry,
sorry, go on.
I was gonna ask you whether you like had those skills, but you hadn't developed it.
I agree with, I think because we're both extroverts and you're an introvert,
Oh, wow.
right? So I think we share a similar story with her. Like I think being extroverted gave me a head start with being able to talk to what it did was it made me berani to talk to people. But then from then on, I had to learn the social cues of like what is acceptable and what isn't, like Qaisaraa mentioned. And
Interesting.
because that, I think a lot of people, they like to hide behind this label of like, oh, I'm not good with people. And I think for me that feels like a very defeatist mindset of like, oh, I'm not an extrovert, so I cannot talk to people. Padahal I feel my personal opinion lah, I think that being sociable and people skills can be broken down into a lot more skills
That's true.
that you can definitely even formally or informally learn. Like there are literally classes on public speaking,
Or lots of YouTube videos.
yeah, lots of YouTube videos. Jangan watch pickup artists punya like
Pickup
you know-
artists?
Yeah, there are like
What's pickup
YouTube
artists?
videos on like how to pick up women, as in like how to.
Oh,
What they say, like how to pick up girls, you can say things like this.
Yeah.
That might not be like contextually correct as well.
Yeah, and that's like, I guess that would be an example, like an extreme example of like how to get these sort of skills. Tapi there are other things like conversational skills, like maintaining eye contact,
yes, true.
maybe learning body language, and then reading the room ato is also a skill that I think you can
Develop.
try and learn and develop. Yeah,
Okay.
for sure. I'm curious about your experience as an introvert. Did you feel like you had that head start, or
I'm trying to remember whether I was like more extroverted or introverted when I was younger. I think I was more introverted because I preferred staying with like my books. Even like at school, I didn't talk to a lot of people. My first few friends actually had to come up to me first and be like, "Hi."
see the extroverts are like,
They're adopting me.
oh, wow, that's a thing, right? There was, like,
Yeah.
when
I'm the
it-
adopted introvert. But then I think how I developed people skills, because I think I have a fairly good
For
amount
sure, yeah.
of people skills. I think it's because I was involved in the arts a lot. When I was younger, I watched a lot of anime, and so I mean I still do. But then like I would pretend to be like some characters. I would jump on my bed. And in my room, so I would jump from my bed to my table to the chair that I had to
Whoa.
move to the other side of the room to jump there.
Oh my gosh.
And then I would like act out these scenes.
oh, she was always an
Yeah.
actor.
I guess so.
actor
I had an
in you.
early start to acting in the bedroom. And I don't know, my dad would be like, "Are you jumping? What are you doing?"
The fact that he knew what you were doing.
Because sometimes
Ada precedents ne. Ada like
What happened? He caught you once, didn't he?
he saw me multiple times, like, because I forget to lock the door when I was younger. So he would come in and he would be like, he would see me jumping. And he'll be like, what are you doing?
And then the 5th time, he was like, "Are you jumping?"
You're breaking the bed. Literally, I've broken the bed.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So I still continue jumping anyway. Because I guess I really liked acting. That's why I went into theater.
Okay, I was gonna say, what does jumping on the bed have to do with people's skills?
No, because I remember even like practicing in the mirror, like how certain facial expressions. Yeah, so I was very like aware from I guess.
So try not to talk with
artistic-
subtitles. Like, you know,
Huh?
you know that face with subtitles thing?
Oh yeah.
What does that mean? Sorry. What does that?
It's like you're trying to hide what you're actually feeling. Example, you're feeling disgust,
Oh my god.
and then your face has subtitles. You know,
I get
and then
it.
you can read it
I get
from
it.
your face.
I get it. So I flip flop between two extremes on that side. Like if someone does something and I'm like, what the fuck are they doing? I'm able to like keep a poker face.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
sometimes I'm just like,
I think it depends on if it catches you off guard enough or not.
yeah, I guess so. Yes, I have seen it in action.
I think if you're like, they're gonna say something really wild, I have to prepare myself.
Yeah.
Then she's really good at it. If it comes out of nowhere, if I say something completely ridiculous, just be like,
But sometimes,
what?
Sometimes it doesn't work. There was this one time I don't know what exactly you said, but I remember macam, oh dear.
Jeez, help!
Just kind of was like, oh dear.
it's not that
Where was I
bad.
going with this?
Sorry. So you were in theater, so that helped with
Yes.
people skills.
That helped with people skills, but then when I guess like it developed my body language. I also saw so many more people interact like in real life. Bukan anime now this time, not on the screen. And I would observe how they talked. I mentioned in previous episodes I was kind of jealous of my best friend because she had those people skills. So they flocked
Innately, do you
toward.
think?
Or
Or just more advanced than you had when you
Yeah,
were,
yeah.
Okay.
So people flocked towards her, and I'm like, oh yeah. So I would just like, oh, that's how they interact.
Oh my gosh, it's really interesting because it sounds like you dissected
I did.
interactions. And then you learned from that. I did the same thing.
Okay. But then like I want to bring up that even though you develop skills, sometimes you lose them, or you have to redevelop them
The muscle,
depending
it's a muscle.
on the situation, because I feel like there were so many times where I enter a situation and I'm like, I think I'm prepared for it, and then I'm like, oh well, I was not prepared for that. And then I just have to give myself grace and be like, okay, it's fine, I'm learning along the way, and I'll find out how to
Navigate through this.
navigate navigate the context, the politics, whatever. And to this day I'm still figuring out as my world is expanding.
I think with skills, it's a you use it or you lose it kind of thing, right? It's like language, you just have to keep practicing it, or otherwise it'll fall behind. But then once you do start to regain it, you'll do it faster than when you did it the first time around. Just like your muscles, if you don't work them out.
Yeah. Where do we go from here, guys?
I was actually thinking that what you both had in common in your stories was that what helped with your people skills were basically being in like a big group of people.
Yeah.
Like you in theater, you in volunteering, and just interacting with a lot of different types of people. And I think if you are self-aware enough, I think you would be able to pick up on those skills that you need. But I think another skill, like on top of people skill, that's quite important to have is your adaptability, right?
Yes.
Because adaptability is, I think, a very strong skill to have, especially not just in the workforce, to be honest, but in life, because the only constant in life is change. I learned that phrase, and it's like stuck with me ever since. I imagine being in these communities that you guys were in, I imagine being in theater, you have had to be like adaptable. You probably picked that up as a skill when you were in theater? ?
When things go wrong on stage.
Yeah, and then same
Improv.
as volunteering. I feel like
sometimes things don't go to plan.
I feel like in my head I'm like, there's probably logistics. There's probably like
It's also like, I think, crisis management.
ah.
Mm.
Yeah,
Sorry,
like
I got
when-
excited there. I'm like, that's such a good point.
Yeah, like knowing, like, because when things go wrong, you need to make sure that you are able to, what do you call that?
Steer the ship.
Yeah, steer your ship.
Wow.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Like because I usually volunteer for events and all that like kinda. And then making sure that if something goes wrong or not according to the agenda and it was supposed to be something placed, we need to think quick. Like who is the person that can help us and know who is gonna be liable when this. We have to prepare ourselves and then making sure that everyone is aware what the change is. Jangan like, okay, there's something wrong, you do it yourself, but everyone's like, what's going on?
In terms of crisis management, we've talked about your volunteering. Did you mention that you were in Ayan
Yeah, I think
earlier?
earlier on I
Okay,
mentioned, but I didn't.
I don't remember if you told me that or if you told the camera that. Do you find that there are challenges with being vocal with crisis management or anything within maybe that community or other volunteering community as a woman?
This might sound like I come from a place of privilege, laki-laki na. But to be honest, I've never felt discriminated as a woman. Like even growing up in the community I am in, never once have I doubt myself my capabilities as a woman. So now as I am in a high, I would say I'm in a high position in my ayan. I've never stopped to think like, or have anyone say, oh, I've never had anyone disregard my opinions lah. So we had a situation where I was getting ready for a crisis. It hasn't happened, but I'm a very
You're a planner.
yeah,
You're a risk
risk
averse person.
yeah. So I assess the risk like, okay, if we're gonna post this, if we're gonna get backlash, what are we gonna do? So I asked them, like, I took in suggestions apa. They gave out great ones. I think it was a very safe space for everyone to say what they want, what they think about the situation, what might happen, what their opinions are. So I was happy that they didn't disregard me saying like, oh, that won't happen. I think actually that never came to my mind, but now you talk about it, like I'm kind of happy, glad that I didn't have to think that way.
You didn't have to make extra effort for you to be heard.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's great that you have that sort of space in your life.
I think it's all because I would definitely say it's because the women in my life, my mom, my aunt, they're all very vocal people as well. They don't take no for an answer.
You had strong female role models.
Yes, I definitely had, and that really shaped me and that shaped my view lah on things when it comes to leadership roles and just taking a stance. They never made me feel. Even the men in my life, actually, they also play a role whether they disregard you and all that. And I'm glad that they all are very supportive of me. My stepdad, my husband, my male friends as well, my best friends, never once doubted my capabilities as a woman. But I think there was this term people call SuperMom. I've been labeled that, but I don't think that's a great label.
Yeah.
Okay, so SuperMom basically is a mom that can do everything. Literally, like how Superman can do everything. He can,
Fly.
he can fly. He can, shoot
Laser eyes.
lasers.
Lift.
But
Lift
Oh, you
stuff.
can shoot lasers.
he can shoot lasers with flash. Yes. Yeah. So being called Supermom can also be a kryptonite.
Whoa.
Uy,
That is
gajah be.
wait.
Uy,
We're
fun
using
niya.
That was good. That was a good like
Yeah, because
no.
the pressure of having a label on you can be your downfall. You're always pressuring
Oh
yourself.
my gosh, I understand that. Yeah.
And all that. I might be sidetracking here a bit.
No, it's fine.
But I have people I don't say no when people call me a super mom, but I don't let it define me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
I definitely don't let
important,
it define me. Like, it's great that people look up to you for being a strong person, but also know that even Superman has his weaknesses.
Yeah.
And there are times where he needs to give up things. I think there's one episode, I don't know if you'll know, like he gave up his powers for yeah, he did, right? And I think that's the same thing as being a super mom. There are things that you need to sacrifice in order to still be the super mom or super woman you are.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess the label comes with unneeded pressure. Even when people use it, I guess they're using it as a way of like complimenting you can. Tapi what it does is just you feel that external pressure and maybe even internal pressure to live up to that label.
I thank my therapist for that.
For calling you a supermom?
No, for like making sure that, you know, unneeded pressure is unneeded. Yeah.
Yes.
So going back to that mentality, it really affects you because I think I told you, I guess I wanted to bring this up before this. How mental health actually also affects your physical health. And
Oh yeah.
yeah. So talking back on mental health, being the pressure of being a mom, being a student, being, you know, a community leader, it did really affect me, to be honest. Like outside, I was that super mom, but behind, in the past 3 years, from 2020 to 2020, 21, 22, 23, I was actually diagnosed with chronic stress and anxiety.
Ooh.
I was in and out of the hospital for the past 8 years. For the past 8 years, sorry. For the past 4 years, I was in and out of the hospital like 8 times. I was in I was in therapy. I had to go through interventions. But again, you don't let that define you. You just need that push, that help, in order to be be a stronger version of yourself. So yeah, you are. When people call me super mom, I also need to tell myself that despite all the challenges, you are super mom. But don't let that define you, and don't disregard the weaknesses you have, because the weaknesses you have also builds you as a person.
Yeah, you are a super mom, but you are also more than that. Yes. You are also more than mom. Super. Thank you for sharing that with us.
I've got 2 questions, and I want to circle back to what you said earlier about how you grew up with divorced parents, a single mom, and then your siblings grew up with a stepfather. My first question is, what was that experience like for you? And then number 2, did that divorce and maybe the remarrying affect your view of marriage?
Yeah. Just for clarification, my siblings had a father, not a stepfather. I had a stepfather.
Okay. Oh, I get it.
Yeah.
You were
The maths is
Yeah.
messing.
Yeah. So my mom remarried and had kids. So
I get it. Okay, now
maybe
now,
it was my
okay.
wording earlier on. But yeah. I think one thing that I had a clear that I did think to myself is definitely the support, because it's definitely hard to get support from a single mom. In terms of extracurriculars payah sikit, because my mom had to, logistically it's hard, and then as well as like if I do something that my siblings probably want to do something as well, and then financially that's not good lah. I mean, it would probably be okay for her, but for me, like I would say, like I need to be conscious of how much my mom might be spending on us. Whereas my siblings, my younger siblings, I think they're now more lenient. I'm not lenient. My parents, they're more active. Like my youngest brother is in a sports football club. He's going every Sunday. Like my other brother, he has kelas mengaji dia.
Because there's like 2.
Sorry, I didn't have that.
Because now there's 2 parents who can hantar.
Yeah.
And then double income.
Double income. Yeah. And then like also how but there's not much difference, because my stepfather did come into my life. He did become
Quite
a father
early?
figure when I was 12. So the younger days, to be honest, I really can't remember my childhood that much.
Okay.
It's part of the chronic stress thing that I was going through, so it actually affected my memory as a kid.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so I didn't remember much of my childhood.
Oh my gosh.
Except for my parents' divorce. That was the only thing I remembered. But it's fine. I got out of it. It's life. I think I'm actually happy my parents got divorced, because I would rather have, separate parents that are able to be the best versions of themselves than being strained in a household where they're constantly fighting, arguing, and that's bad for kids. That's bad for us, especially when we're young. So I'm kind of happy the divorce happened, and my mom managed to get married to a person, my stepdad. I mean, at this point, I don't even call him my stepdad. I call him my dad as well.
That's a very mature and wise way of thinking of it. Like you're grateful for them for taking that step. because it was better for them and for you, instead of holding into, I suppose, resentment
Yeah.
because you didn't get the childhood that maybe other people did. That's very mature and very wise of you.
Thank you.
I'm guessing that's also something you had to come to realization
Yes.
with.
I didn't really realize it till I was older. When I've heard stories about, some people having parents that are abusive, like, it's especially when you're in DV kind of situation.
Sorry, what situation?
DV is domestic violence.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's definitely hard to go out of the situation. Luckily, mine was not a DV situation. It's just like my parents arguing up, but knowing when to get out of a situation, a toxic relationship, that's one thing. And circling back to the marriage part, how it shapes my view. My mom did talk to me like, "Are you sure you want to get married this young?" I got married young and got divorced. But each
You must be so close to your mom.
yeah, I'm actually really close.
But I'm gonna cry.
Yeah, I'm actually quite close. We're close but not close, I would say. Like, I don't really talk much about my problems, but when I do have problems, I do come to her and ask her advice.
Okay.
Because she does let us become independent of ourselves, but she guides us from behind. I would say lah. So
Wow.
she knows she knows our capabilities. So she knows when we can stand up for ourselves and when we really need help.
When she needs to step in. Oh my gosh,
Yes.
that sounds amazing.
Yeah, my mom's a very wonderful person, and she's a strong woman, managing all 6 children.
Wait, you have 5 siblings?
Yeah, I have 5 siblings.
Okay.
Yeah.
You only mentioned 2 earlier.
Yeah, you did only mention. She did. Aku macam jump scare.
Sorry,
6?
Sorry, you were saying how that
Um,
affected your view of marriage.
So definitely, it was something to be scared of. I mean, prior to marriage, how I view relationships, fatherless figure, it made me dependent on very abusive relationships. That's before I came to realization, I had abusive partners, whether it's physically or mentally, before meeting my husband. But I think maturing allowed me to, what do you call that? See my parents' situation, reevaluating things, and going to therapy as well. It helped. It made me think like I'm just seeking for the comfort that I didn't get when I was younger. As long, just having someone there for me,
Yeah.
despite them being, toxic in my life. But when my husband came into my life, he shifted the view, and then like he was in a more or less kind of similar situation with me, and he wanted to be a better person for me, and then we talked about, he was very mature in the sense like he talked about what he will be when he's a married person. Because prior when I was dating, marriage was out of the topic. But meeting him, straight away talking about marriage, like, okay, I will take this responsibility, I will do this. Like, he made it clear who he will be, what he wants in a marriage and that made me realize, like, despite my mom asking me if I'm okay, I'm sure or not, it's also how my husband presented himself. I think that was important. And seeing my parents' marriage now, like my mom and my stepdad, I think it's definitely important to have someone that is sure of himself and having, I wouldn't say
It's a good-
providing, not
it's
a provider
definitely-
mindset I don't like calling provider mindset, because both of you can be providers, but understanding that he understands the responsibilities that he needs to take, and he is a responsible person. That made me sure that he is the one for me. So I think I did a comparison between my fatherless phase of my life and growing up with a father that knows when to be stern or not, and that I saw my husband and my dad and my stepdad
Kira the contoh lah.
Contoh.
The
So,
blueprint for who
yeah.
your
So
husband would be.
I think understanding that shift in mentality, like, I didn't need someone to fill in that gap. I needed someone who can support me instead, not a replacement, but a whole new person that can, yeah. So that was when I realized, like, okay, my husband is the one I want to be with. I don't want someone just liking me. I want someone actually being there for me, supporting me. I think support is the big word here. Keyword here. He loves me, but if he can't support me, that's a different whole story.
That's true.
Yeah. So
And that support emotionally,
emotionally,
mentally,
physically, financially. Yes.
You
Luckily,
will
luckily he is very financially literate.
Okay,
I am
good.
not.
Ah,
I am not.
okay.
So thank God for that too.
Cannot relate.
Oh yeah, I'm on this side.
You're on that side again.
But yeah. So one of the biggest things that when you're evaluating, don't be afraid to evaluate your partners, because that is a lifetime commitment.
Yeah,
guys.
for sure. Yeah.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Clap.
Clap.
I vehemently agree with Qaisaraa.
Vehemently.
Vehemently agree, okay? That you should be finding someone to support you in when you're considering marriage. My husband and I wasn't entirely sure whether I wanted to even start dating him, but then we had like a conversation, and we had to get a friend involved because I was just so malu to have the conversation.
Just a
And-
mediator.
Yeah, you're the mediator, And then she was like, so what's stopping you from being together if you guys like each other? I'm like, I don't know, because I've got so much thing on my plate, blah, blah, blah. But he was like super supportive. He's like, I don't want to add stress to your life, Kila. But we're great friends, and I would love to see where this goes if the chance happens. And that was kind of like where we
Hit it off.
it was so strange. It felt like my path was being cleared because I had so many things going on and I didn't know what to do. And then suddenly he like,
Cleared it up for you?
yeah.
Wow.
And I'm like, you know what? This is exactly the energy that I want,
Definitely,
in a
definitely.
partner.
That is a
Someone
clear
who's-
sign.
Yeah. So someone who cares about you but is willing to support you, not just because, I love you, he loves me, that sort of thing.
I wanted to add that goes both ways with us picking our partners and then guys picking, girls that they would want to marry. It's not just for
Yes.
it's not just for girls that we should pick partners that support us, but it's also for guys that they should also pick partners that support them in whatever way they think is important to them. I just wanted to highlight that it goes both ways.
I think definitely for my husband's and I marriage, the value he added for me in supporting.
Value edit. Business,
I'm a business girly. Yeah, because like if most of my activities like volunteering post COVID is definitely wouldn't happen if he didn't allow me to go, right? Because like we're already in a marriage. I can't go out of the house if he says no, scan. So sometimes it's not even just letting me go. Sometimes he will come to me to my events and then support me. He will be there. Yeah, I think that's very important. It's not just like, and he pays close attention to what I do like in my life. Cause so when people ask him, what does Qaisaraa do? Like he knows how to answer. It's like, I think she
She's attentive. He's
attentive. Yeah, and I think similarly, like bring it for myself. When I bring him to all of these things, he's becoming more. What was that? He's more knowledgeable on volunteering and say, oh, I didn't know this. I don't know this. And like we talk about like the trends in the world right now. Like, oh, did you hear about this election? Did you hear about this politics? Like, he's becoming more interested right now, and I think that definitely helped him in his job searching right now, where he is now, where he can talk about these kind of things at work, and then he brings home to me like, what's your opinion on this? So we talk about that.
Personal consultant.
Hey.
I think that's why he married me.
That's the value you added. Ako tanya Qaisaraa karang. Okay, say that again.
But I think also it's because I think what shows our compatibility is our friend groups. Because he's friends with my friends, I'm friends with his friends. That's also one of the green flags that you can get.
Yeah, that's a good point.
That's a
I
good green
love
flag.
Akila's husband also. Our friend group is like, you picked good.
There was this one time she cried because she was so
I
happy.
was like,
Ah?
I cried?
Yeah.
Why?
Because you were just explaining that I'm so glad you found your husband, and you started crying, and I'm like, wow, she cares that much.
I wish my friends cared that much. They do.
Maybe they do,
Really
but they
do.
show it differently.
I cried?
Actually, you cried.
Oh my god. I mean, I am. I don't remember crying though, but wow.
We were eating chicken rice.
Chicken rice. My husband has his own husband in our friend group. My husband has his own husband in our friend
Oh,
group.
macam like a work wife and a work husband,
Yeah.
but like friend.
A friend husband.
Yeah, he has his own husband, guys. That's how close they are.
That's cute.
Earlier this morning, they talked.
Damn.
They talked without me.
Like, as in, like, they text?
Yeah.
Or like, what?
They made plans without me.
Oh my god!
My wife is going to a podcast shooting. What are you doing?
Qaisaraa, it has been absolutely lovely to have you on board. We've left so much on screen and off screen.
Chaos.
Apa?
Chaos.
Chaos, brabis. Super haphazard. But do you have anything else you want to share with our audience?
I do have an advice lah. Don't be too stressed on where you are in life right now, because other people have different roadmaps. You have your own roadmap. Despite you being somewhere that you might not want to be now, don't worry. You will get there eventually. Just make sure that you know that you're not alone. People are always there to help you. Even if you think that you are alone, there are other sources where you can always seek help. And I think that's important. Support is the foundation of where I am right now. So get the support that you need. Yes.
That's really good. Thank you so much for sharing. Thank you so much for sharing with us, Qaisaraa. Thank you so much for being here today. It's been absolutely lovely.
And it's wonderful to have you guys as the host. Definitely wouldn't be. It's a two-way street, guys. That's us.
Aku malu lah. Did you want?
Or do you want to?
Is there anything you want to shout out
like,
for
yeah.
the audience? Like any pages you want them to
personals,
support
your-
or follow?
Okay. You guys can follow me at Qaisaraa. Kaizarugh. If you wanna see more onto my personal life, usually I do post like random things every day, but I do post a lot of NGLs. Sometimes people do talk about me about their devices. You can send in, as well as you can see how I go in a day. You can probably, if you wanna see how my children looks like. Yeah. My Instagram is full of like family content. Like it's just me, my achievements, my family, and I hope that can be a source of inspiration. I do hope I do keep inspiring despite all the challenges. I hope that you are still able to look at people and know that you are able to be in their place as well.
Do you want to give a shout out to Ayan?
Yes, please follow at Ayan Brunei. We will be recruiting soon. I think when this video comes out in a month or two, we'll be recruiting. So if you want to find a place where you can advocate, whether it's on mental health, whether it's on climate change, whether it's even on environmental kind of things, you come. We will help you guys build your platform. If you want to make events, come collab with us. We are happy to meet with everyone. And shout out to my husband for allowing me to come here.
Aww. Thank you so much for tuning in to this particular episode of For the Wanita. Zayana, do you have any last comments?
As per usual, please make sure to leave a like, a comment, and subscribe. Comment if you have anything to say about the podcast, if you want to see anything from us in particular, and if you have a guest in mind you'd like us to have and you'd like to hear from. Once again, thank you for watching, and hopefully we'll see you next time.
Yeah, and thank you so much, Qaisaraa.
We'll see you in the next episode.
Bye bye. Take care.